So here's what you're gonna get. Let's do it like this. All right. So here's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the foolproof goal setting strategy that instantly allows you to create manageable and attainable goals for the next 30 days. How to keep your head focused by utilizing one critical resource to ignore all the hype that continues to keep you broke. Okay, I've been there too, like I said. As well as how to identify the training products you should invest in and which ones are better left unpurchased, okay, rather than buying product after product and then never getting any results. So what to expect for tonight? Like I said, this webinar will go on for 60 minutes, 45 minutes of me and 15 minutes of Q&A for you. So make sure that you've got your questions ready. Like I said before, you never know with replays. Prepare to take notes. I am recording this, but you just never know, obviously. And eliminate distractions, turn off phones, stop tweeting, close Facebook, give your kids candy, sit them in front of the TV, anything that you need, okay? In order to make sure that you are 100% here with me right now, as well as there will be Q&A at the end, so make sure that you stick around, you write down any questions that you've got. Okay, just go through this one more time. Who are the Mackays? So we're founders and creators of the Ultimate Video Cash Flow Machine. It is a video marketing course to help you get leads from video. We're top earners and trainers inside of MLSP. I saw a lot of hands go up when we talked about My Lead System Pro. I know there's quite a few of you in here in My Lead System Pro. We've generated 24,000 plus leads online. We've signed up over 600 new people on autopilot into our home business in less than 10 months. And we're known as top video marketing coaches, and we're speakers and trainers in the home business space. So that just gives you a little bit of an idea of our background. Now, that doesn't mean that we've had, 5, 6, 7 years of success, but we figured out exactly what was needed in order to have success online, have success offline. And a lot of what I'm going to be teaching you tonight and giving you tips on tonight is what will also help you move forward depending on whatever you want to accomplish in your business in the next 30 days, okay? So now let's see if we can get into this before I get going, okay? So now let's hop into the questions box. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, okay? So how many things, and I put things for a reason, and I'll get into that a little bit later on. How many things do you want to accomplish in your business for the next 30 days? How many goals do you actually have set? Clear-cut goals that are set for you in your business for the next 30 days. Just put a number down. 1, 2, 3. I don't have anything like that. Totally fine. 1, 4. And I'm going to write these down because I'm going to come back to these in a little bit. Okay, I want this to be interactive because I know what it's like to kind of just sit there. Okay, 4, 4, 4, 5, 2. Okay, awesome. Keep putting them in there. And if I haven't heard from you, just make sure that your distractions are eliminated so that you get a chance to be a part of this too. All right, cool. Next, how many leaders are you following? What I mean is someone who's either in your business, who is a trainer, who's a speaker, who is doing something that you want to do online, offline, whatever. How many people are you following? Okay. And I'll explain what that means in a little while, but I want to know like number wise. How many are you following? Nobody? 10? Eight? 6? 15? Wow. 2? Us? Nice, thank you. You didn't have to do that one though, but thanks. Brownie points for you, I guess. 8 to 10. Okay, cool. And I'll be getting into this for a reason in just a second, okay? How many email lists are you subscribed to? So it kind of goes together with how many leaders are you following, okay? How many email lists are you actually subscribed to? So how many daily letters do you get, okay? How many daily emails do you get from different leaders? Way too many. Oh, wow. Like 3 of you just said that. Okay, cool. Way too many. Interesting. Way too many. Too many. About 4, about 6. Okay, awesome. And how many training products are you actually trying to utilize right now? Okay? How many training products are you trying to utilize right now? So that means like how many have you have you invested in or purchased in the last 30 to 60 days that you're still trying to get through? 1, 3, 1, cool. 5, okay. 2, and let me ask you a question, and you can just do a simple yes or no. Are those training products revolved around one topic, or are they revolved around multiple topics? So multiple different strategies on either how to get leads or how to recruit more people into your business. Okay. One topic from Renee. Multiple, many, multiple. Okay, cool. Awesome. And then we're almost done with questions and we'll get into the goods, okay? But this helps me know kind of where to direct you guys. And I think you'll truly understand why I ask these questions afterwards. How many webinars do you attend each week? Cool. One topic. Okay. Nice, Jean. How many webinars do you attend each week? Ooh, first one. Awesome, Victor. Nice. Yep. And some of this is going to be new to a lot of you, so I'm trying to help you out a little bit when it comes down to it. Cool. First webinar. Awesome, Katie. 6. Some weeks, none. Okay, 1 to 2. So we've got a little bit of a variety there. 1 to 2, 10. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of webinars. Downsized. I like that. Downsized. So you're starting to already reflect on your schedule. That's awesome, Jennifer. Very cool. Okay. So, do I now, after we've gone through all those questions, I've got your answers, do I have your permission to be straight with you? Okay, and to be honest with you? Is that cool? Are you open to getting a little bit of feedback from me, to getting my 2 steps, okay, on what will help move you forward in the next 30 days? Okay, hands up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, yes, please, please. Very cool. All right, well then let's get started. And again, like I said, this is not going to be something super extensive, but this is something that you can start to utilize, start to tweak, and start to move forward on depending on whatever you want to do with your business in 30 days. Okay, so here are 2 things that I've done that have absolutely helped me stay focused. Okay, and they're going to be kind of overarching first, but then I'm going to break them down, okay, even further on things that you should do. So 2 simple steps to get focused. Number 1 is set realistic and attainable goals, okay? Because I bet right now some of you that are watching this replay, some of you who are on here live, do not have actual realistic and attainable goals, okay? You might have goals because some of you said you've got like 1, you've got 4 goals, you've got 5, you've got 2, but are they realistic and attainable? And I'm going to teach you how to actually do that tonight. I'm going to give you some actual examples, and then you can go off on your merry way and you can actually do them yourself tonight, okay? And also, number 2 is, and this helped me so much, and I actually just went through and did this again, okay? Keep what is adding value and declutter all other distractions. So we're going to talk about kind of what distractions are, why you are surrounded by them all the time, and how to get rid of your distractions or how to declutter them, okay? So they're not consuming your life. Does that sound good to everybody? You guys ready to rock? Ready to go forward? Sound good? Cool, cool, cool. All right, I'm going to put your hands down, and then we're going to go from there. All right, awesome. So, step number 1, before I get into that, here's the reason why I'm doing this training, okay? This is what I've found recently, just through coaching different clients, coaching different teammates, doing some different trainings, putting out that survey. This is some of the stuff that I've found lately, and this is why I created this training, okay? Most people's time is being spent on non-profit producing activities because they're surrounded by things that distract them. They are right now ineffective at goal setting, but that's something that I'm going to help you with tonight, okay? You don't know exactly what to focus on. Anybody there? You kind of don't have clarity, right? Things are not clear to you on what you should be taking action on. Awesome. Okay, cool. Lots of hands. Learning mode. You are consistently going to webinars, but you're not taking any action on what you're learning at those webinars. Okay, cool. Awesome. Very cool. And let's just see. Edward, where are you, my friend? And Anne and Joel and John and Bruce, you guys around? Okay, cool. Got more hands there. Okay, you guys are paying attention. Just wanted to double check. As well as I'm hearing that a lot of people are buying, but then not taking action afterwards. So I want to address that a little bit too. As well as some people that I've been speaking with are strategy and opportunity hopping, which basically means that they're going from strategy to strategy, not giving it enough time to sink in, or maybe not taking enough action, or they've been in one opportunity and then they hop to another opportunity again before they actually see the benefit. And that is due to also having goals that are possibly unattainable, as well as having too many distractions around, okay? So they're jumping from one thing to another because they're a little too distracted. So here's what's helped me, and I know that it can help you guys too, okay? So let's hop right into it. So I'm going to go over some goal setting tonight. Now, I'm going to put hands down. Who has ever heard of SMART goals before? Hands up if you've ever heard of SMART goals before. Okay, cool. Awesome. Who has implemented SMART goals before? Into their business or something? Okay, cool. So not as many of you. Great. Well, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down and make it extremely simple. And if you have implemented SMART goals, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that your goals right now are as clear and as effective as possible. Because what I've found out is people who are having trouble taking action, it's because they're not exactly sure what they should be doing. They don't have a goal. They don't have a driving factor that they should be moving towards. Okay. Now, what works the best is something called reverse engineering. I and my husband Andrew have had the most success with planning with the end in mind. Okay. So your goals, you always want to think about working backwards to move forward. And it'll make more sense when I break down SMART goals in just a second. So you want to plan first with the end result. Okay, what do you want in the end of 30 days? By the end of 30 days, then you want to plan with a time frame. Okay, so we're using 30 days. It could be 60 days. It could be 90 days. Whatever you want. If you're going to go for a heftier goal and it needs to be 6 months, then that's cool. But tonight, for our example, we're just using 30 days. Then you want to actually plan out daily and weekly actions that you can take, okay? And that all comes from planning with the end in mind, kind of what you're looking to do to move forward in your business. Now, a couple of tips, okay? SMART goals are great. However, what I recommend is that you focus on one SMART goal maximum. Now, I know some of you said you've got 5 goals, you've got 4 goals, some of you have just one, some of you have 2. I want you to go back and look at your goals. And after we go through this SMART goal piece, I want you to decide whether those goals are effective for you to focus on right now, or if they are something that is going to get you a little distracted. Okay. So especially if you're just starting out, focusing on one SMART goal maximum is really, really beneficial and helpful. Okay. And just as a little tip, and I'm going to show you an actual example in just a second on the next slide, but you want to stay away from monetary goals, okay? Especially when you're first starting out with SMART goals. People like to say, well, I want to make 5K in 30 days. I want you to focus on the actions you need to take and the activity that you need to do in order to actually grow your revenue or grow your monthly income, okay? Your monetary value will increase if you're doing the right things each day for your goals, okay? And a really great way to start with SMART goals is to start broad, which means start pretty vague and then shrink down. Okay, so I'll show you exactly what that means right now. And if you are, frantically trying to write this down, remember I will give you a replay, as well as if you have Jing or Snagit, those are really great softwares that you can download and you can use in order to take some screenshots. So, SMART goal example, okay? Remember I said start broad and then narrow it down, shrink it down, okay, to make it hyper focused. So here's the broad goal example that I had. Okay, I want to recruit more reps into my business. That's my broad goal. Now, I hear these a lot. Okay, this is what I hear from most of my coaching clients. I want to recruit more reps into my business. Well, that's to me not a goal, it's a desire. Okay, because you want to do it. You're not saying you will do it, and you really don't have a plan to do it. So here's when SMART goals come in handy. Okay, and is everybody with me right now? Are you guys all right? Everything good? Yes? Okay, hands up. Awesome. Cool. I will keep moving on. So here's the S. The S is specific. Okay, now notice how we change from I want to I will. So your SMART goals are going to revolve around I will statements. Okay, now we're going to get specific here. What specifically do you want to do? Okay, so if we're talking about the example of recruiting more reps into your business, specific is I will recruit 5 new reps into my business. Now remember, there's still an M, an A, an R, and a T, so we're not done yet. But do you see how much more specific I got with a numerical value? Okay, I will recruit 5 new reps into my business. That's the specific piece. Now let's talk about measurable. How are you going to actually be able to measure and track that you're going to be able to do this goal? Okay, I will measure my progress by how many daily calls, presentations, like if you have a video presentation for a company that you work with, okay, presentations I share, and people I bring into my business. So that's how you're going to measure this goal, okay? Because remember, with the broad piece, I want to recruit more reps into my business. Well, it's not very specific, and it doesn't really tell you how you're going to do that, okay? How you're going to measure that you're actually hitting that goal. So here's specific, here's measurable, and there are different A's. I like attainable, there's achievable. I mean, there's a bunch of different ones if you look online, but I'm going to give you the ones that have worked for me. Okay, attainable. So you want to come up with something that you can do either daily or every other day or on the weekends that will help you attain this specific part of your goal. Okay, so the example here is I will connect with 5 new people per day on social media. So attainable is also kind of how you're going to do it. Make 10 calls a day to realtors in my area and ask current clients, okay, or either teammates maybe, for referrals for other people that you could expose your business to. Okay, so we've got specific, we've got measurable, we've got attainable right now. Now this looks like a lot, but I'm going to show you how to crunch it down on the next slide. Okay, now let's go to relevant. So I like relevant because the relevant piece tells you why you're doing it, the reason why you're going to be taking action on your goal. Okay, so my example was adding 5 new reps to my business will help grow my business and increase my revenue. So the reason why I like relevant is because why are you being so specific with wanting to recruit 5 new reps? Why do you have to measure it? Why do you have to create things that you're going to be doing daily or weekly that will help you attain this goal? Okay, why is it relevant to you? Why does it matter? Because more often than not, people don't put any meaning to their goals as to why it's something that would be beneficial to them, and therefore then they quit on their goal. Okay, it has to be something that is logical, that would make sense to you in growing your business. And then last but not least, it's time based. Okay, I will have 2 new reps in my business within 30 days. So that's kind of where that reverse engineering part comes in, right? That you want to have 5 new reps in your business within 30 days, and then you have to start talking about these things, these measurable, attainable, and relevant pieces that will help you actually take action on your goal. Okay, now let me just leave this up for just a second because I have a feeling some of you are taking some notes and some hands just shot up. So I'll give you 2 seconds here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually on the next slide is going to show you. So this is kind of your planning for your SMART goal. Okay, you're breaking it down into the specific, the measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. And then what you're actually doing is you're going to then crunch it down into one specific goal. Okay, from everything that we wrote here, and I'm going to show you right now. So remember the broad one, okay? We went from I want to recruit more reps into my business to, okay, here's your new goal. I will recruit 5 new reps right? That was the specific, into my business within 30 days. That's the time-based. By asking for referrals, connecting with 5 new people each day on social media, and making 10 calls a day to realtors in my area, right? That's the attainable piece, as well as the measurable piece. Then this will help me grow my business and increase my monthly income. That is the relevance, right? You always want to put the relevance at the end to remind yourself as to why you're trying to complete this goal. So just tell me, does this make sense? Okay, well, I'll take questions a little bit later on, but do you see how much clearer it is to change number one from an I want to an I will, right? A desirable outcome from this goal to an I will, and then to the actual specifics, right? Through specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based, and then creating one hefty goal, right? In order to actually know what you need to do, right? Because right here, I know what I need to do every single day. Within 30 days, if I want to recruit 5 new reps, what I'm going to be doing every single day is asking for a certain number of referrals, connecting with 5 new people each day on social media, and making 10 calls a day to realtors into my area. That's what I'm committing to do. Does that make sense to you guys? Can you just shoot me a quick comment or a quick answer to some questions? Just so I know that this makes sense to you. Because goal setting is huge, all right? And you'll find, cool. And you'll find that I find that most people who don't have clarity in their business is because they haven't created a smart, clear, effective goal yet. All right, so now that we have this, okay, this is going to be your first step. You want to create your SMART goal, okay? And if anybody can tell me right now, just on here, do any of you have goals that look and sound like this yet? And if you don't, you can say no, not yet. That's totally fine. I'm cool with that. But if you say yes, that's cool too. Because if you already say yes, then I'm going to give you some advice on some of the other things that you can do to declutter your life. Okay, sort of, not yet, not yet. Okay, cool, awesome. So one of your first steps, and we'll talk about action steps from this training in a little bit because it's always important to take some sort of action, is that you're going to want to come up with some sort of SMART goal, okay? One SMART goal for the next 30 days that you want to take action on. So then, once you have your SMART goal, here's the next step, okay? And here's what happens. And I love this one. If I had $1 for every time I got distracted, I wish I had some ice cream, right? We live in a world of people who are distracted all the time because there's something new that's either always popping up or we've just shortened our attention spans because of how much is surrounding us every single day. Okay, so I'm going to give you some tips on how to become distraction free so that when you've created your SMART goal, now you can actually start taking action on it without being 100% completely distracted all the time. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few tips and then we can always do like a follow-up training or something else if you want to know more of what I do. So the more distractions you have, obviously the less action you're going to take. So here's 2 huge tips, okay, that I've learned from a couple of different books that I've read. Number 1, check Facebook 3 times a day max, okay, unless you are making money from Facebook. Okay, unless that is your number one way of making money, of recruiting people into your business, then it does not have a place in building your business right now. Okay, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything like that, all those social media sites, you should only be checking once, twice, 3 times a day max. Okay, and when you're on Facebook, you should be focusing on networking with other people who are in your target market and then saving a little bit of time either while you're chilling out at night or in the morning actually going on and socializing and seeing what other people are up to. Okay, so limit social media time to 1 to 3 times a day checking max. Get off of there, okay, because you're going to be wasting a lot of time and you get super distracted, right? Because there's tons of people putting their opinions out there and you don't know what to pay attention to. Second tip, okay, to eliminate some distractions are check email 3 times max during the day, okay? Check maybe once in the morning, check at lunch, check after dinner or before dinner or whatever you do, right at the end of the evening, however you set up your schedule, but that's it, Okay, these smartphones that everybody has, iPhones, Androids, all those, whatever you have, Google phone, make it really easy for you to create a habit of checking your email all the time. Here's the thing, it's a distraction. It's not doing anything. How much money are you making from your emails? Okay, if you are not making millions of dollars, you should not be checking your email every single second. Okay, because more often than not, what I'm guessing is that it's a habit that's been created that distracts you from actually taking action on whatever your SMART goal is. Okay, so get rid of social media check-ins all the time and email check-ins. Those two alone, those tips alone, will probably open up a lot more time, declutter your brain, and get rid of a huge amount of distractions just from doing those two things. Okay, I asked you about leaders that you're following, and here were your answers: 10, 8, 6, 15, 2, and then 8 to 10. Okay, and I'm sure that there were some more, but those are kind of the averages. Now, here's the thing: leaders are wonderful, leaders are amazing, you should be following other people who are having more success than you. However, if you are finding that you are following 10 to 8 to 6 to 15 leaders just because, and they're not revolved around the SMART goal that you just made for yourself, then you shouldn't be following that leader at that time. Okay? I suggest you identify 1 to 3 leaders to follow in your strategy of whatever you want to get better at. Okay, whether it's recruiting, whether it's prospecting, whether it's video marketing, whether it's Facebook marketing, whatever your SMART goal is revolved around, you want to identify 1 to 3 leaders for the next 30 days to follow in your strategy. And that could be investing in their training products, liking their fan pages, potentially joining their team if that's something that you feel like you need, going to a live event that you know they're going to be at so you can network with them. Those are things that you can do, but with 1 to 3 leaders. Okay? 10, what that does is following 10 leaders is going to get you highly distracted. Following 5 leaders is going to get you highly distracted because leaders are good at being opinionated and leaders are good at marketing themselves and branding themselves, which they should do and which you should learn to do as well. However, if you're trying to listen to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different leaders and they're not helping you move towards your goal, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to continue to be distracted. Okay, so pick 1 to 3, identify 1 to 3 leaders that already have the strategy that you're looking to get better at locked down and see what you can do to soak up all the information possible from them. Okay, this is cool. Write this down. So, one tip that we've always done, and I know some people have done before, is create a new Gmail account or Yahoo or whatever you use. Create a business account for emails for subscribers, right? Because so many of you said way too many. For how many people are you subscribed to? How many newsletters are you subscribed to where you get information from different leaders? And you guys said way too many. Well, number one, first advice, get a business account, okay? Which is not, it doesn't have to be anything special. It can just be a Gmail account that you personally use just to subscribe to leaders that you're following. Okay, so for right now, you really should only have 1 to 3 leaders that you're following, okay, who are on your Gmail list. But if for some reason you just can't narrow it down to 1 to 3, get unroll.me. Okay, write that down, unroll.me. And the cool thing that unroll.me does is it's literally something that you can utilize where you give them your email and you hook up unroll.me and your email, okay? And what you can choose to do is prioritize what emails you see and what emails you don't. Okay? So say you're subscribed to 5 different leaders newsletters. Well, you can put all of those emails in one category. And what ends up happening is that instead of getting 75 emails a day, you get 2 or you get 3, okay, of emails that you actually want to see. And then what Enroll.me does is it allows you to unsubscribe from all other emails that you get. So it's really cool. It gives you this whole huge list. And you know what? If I have time at the end, it would be something that would be pretty neat to show you if I do. So it literally gives you every single email that you're subscribed to, whether it's Macy's, whether it's, Jonathan Budd, Ray Higdon, Diane Hockman, Michelle Pesca-Solido, Bed Bath & Beyond, whatever it is, it'll give you a list of who you're subscribed to. And then what you can do is right there on the spot, rather than having to go into those emails, you can click unsubscribe, 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 or put into my unroll. Okay, so if it's put into the unroll, it means something that's valuable to you and that you still get value from those emails. Okay, and then what you get every single day is you just get one big bulk email that'll share with you kind of what's going on from those emails from those people. And it makes it a lot easier than almost avoiding trying to go into your email because you've got like 75 emails waiting for you, right? So that's obviously going to give you a huge amount of distraction. So that's a huge one from us. That was like a huge nugget that we got from a book that we were reading, and it really helped us, number one, limit our time that we were looking at emails, but also allowed us to prioritize which emails we look at every single day and which ones we don't. So then last thing, and then I'll just hop back in and make sure you guys are all set and you're still with me. Raise your hand if you are. But I want you to select trainings and products that enhance your goal, okay? Enhance your goal that you have for the next 30 days. Now, you said I could be straight with you, so I'm going to be straight with you. There are going to be new things popping up every single day, okay? And you need to start to think about, does this fit in? Will it enhance my goal? Will it help me work towards my goal? If it does, then 100% go for it. Invest in the training, invest in the product, get on the webinar. But again, if it's not, so say you're focused in on Twitter marketing, okay, that's your SMART goal. Your whole SMART goal is developed around Twitter marketing and what you're going to do with creating a following, all that kind of stuff. But then a brand new training product or a brand new webinar comes up about Facebook pay-per-click or about video marketing or about blogging, you should not invest in that product right now, okay? Because it does not have to do with your SMART goal. And don't feel bad for not investing in a product. It's okay. Because here's what happens is people then continue to buy and buy and buy, but then they never take action on anything. So you can be very selective with the trainings, with the live events, with the products that you invest in, because you want to think about, is it going to enhance my goal and help me work towards my goal that I'm working on? And if it's not, then it's not for me right now, and that's okay. All right, so let's see how we're doing right now. Everybody doing good? Awesome. Cool. Lots of good feedback. Awesome, you guys. Great. Okay, so one other thing about eliminating distractions is you have to reflect on you. And now some of you already said, this is exactly what I need. I didn't do a SMART goal yet, but I'm going to be working on it tonight. That's awesome. Those are all things, that's all reflecting. So now when it comes to distractions, okay, because now you're going to be obviously creating your own SMART goal. You're going to be identifying 1 to 3 leaders to follow in that strategy that you want to work on in the next 30 days. You're going to invest in training products, go to live events. Obviously, if you can meet with some of those leaders and network, or if they're hosting an event, then obviously do that, right? You want to like their fan pages. You want to immerse yourself in them. But you also have to reflect, okay, on some of the other either bad habits that might creep in, anything like that. So you always want to be thinking about, is what I'm doing right now enhancing or distracting my SMART goal? Okay, so if it's hopping on a training webinar that has to do, again, with Facebook marketing or branding yourself through a blog and you're focused on Twitter, then is that enhancing or distracting you? If it's distracting you, then don't be a part of it right now. Okay, same thing with if you're following 10 leaders. Are those leaders enhancing and helping you move forward in your SMART goal, or are they distracting you with what they're focused on? Because I'm telling you right now, leaders create very specific, clear SMART goals, and believe it or not, they follow maybe 1 to 2 people at a time. Okay, they get coaching. We get personal training from 4 guys that are a group. Okay, but they are focused on and they are good at what we want to get good at. So we really don't pay attention to that many other people because that would be distracting. So we focus on who can help us enhance and move forward in our business right now and pretty much eliminate the distractions of other leaders. Doesn't mean that they're not good leaders, but they're just not for me right now. Same thing with emails. Like I said, unroll.me is absolutely awesome when it comes to that stuff because it'll show you exactly, and it's a little scary at first if you were one of those people that said way too many. It'll show you all the different ones that you're subscribed to. You probably haven't even seen half of the emails in a really long time, but it'll give you a nice way to reflect on, is this email enhancing and moving me forward to my SMART goal, or is it distracting me? All right, again, another great question to ask is now or later. Is this training product, is this webinar, is this leader good for me now with the SMART goal that I've created, or later? Okay, and what I like to do with later is I like to keep a running list, like a Word document, or you can do a Post-it, or if you have like a reflection pad or a to-do list pad, just write down the name of the training product, or write down the name of the leader, write down the live event that they've created, or things like that. And you can keep those for later. All right, because after 30 days, after your SMART goal is done, you may be ready for a different strategy, or a different training product, or following a different leader that's maybe in the same strategy you want to work on again in your SMART goal. Okay, just always think about, is this effective for me now with the SMART goal that I have, or is this better to put on a list for later so I can come back to it when I need to? And chart progress daily. Okay, so if we go back to the SMART goal of I will recruit 5 new reps into my business in 30 days, the whole SMART goal that I created, I want to chart that progress daily. Okay, so I'm going to hold myself accountable, because remember, the relevance of my SMART goal is that it will help me increase my monthly revenue or my monthly income by recruiting 5 new reps into my business. So I'm going to chart progress daily. Now, that could be something, whether you put it in an Excel sheet and you keep track of how many phone calls you've made, how many people you connected with, how many presentations you put out, right? If we're talking about recruiting reps, and then how many people you signed up in a week. Charting your progress is great. Okay, if it's doing YouTube videos, if it's doing video marketing, okay, if you had a goal of how many videos you wanted to put up, then you want to be charting your progress. You want to chart how many videos you did that day, that week, so that you can hold yourself accountable. Because SMART goals are great, but if you're not keeping track of what you're taking action on and what progress you're getting, then I have a very strong feeling that that SMART goal is not going to be accomplished. Okay, so charting your progress is good, number one, because it holds you accountable, but number two, it also shows you from where you started to where you ended, which is really neat, because it'll show you, okay, did I hit my goal? Where were the reasons if I didn't hit my goal? Was my SMART goal was it really achievable? Okay, was it something that I was actually able to do, or should I have tweaked it down a little bit? It's a really, really great thing to do, but I promise you it will make you more focused and have you take more action. So here are your action steps, okay? And I can have you write them down, or you can also, when you get the replay, you can make sure that you go through this part again. Okay, so you guys all set and ready for your action steps. Okay, pretty simple when it comes down to it. Cool. All right, guys, let's get right into it. So here's what you need to do in order to take action from tonight's training, right? Because the last thing I want you to do is you watch this training and then never do anything with it. I created this so you could move forward in your business. Okie doke? So number one is create one goal for the next 30 days. Okay, and now that you saw with a SMART goal, you can get pretty specific. So create one goal for the next 30 days, and this goal will be an I will SMART goal. Okay, it needs to be specific, it needs to be measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based steps. So you want to do each step that I did with that recruiting more reps into my business, right? And then making it one complete goal. Okay, so then obviously you're going to create your full I will SMART goal. Okay, so those first 3 steps are basically all one step. You're going to create one goal for the next 30 days by making it an I will, and then creating it and putting it all together as an I will SMART goal. Then post your goal on your wall and chart daily. Okay, take action and make sure that you're charting your progress. I have a big, basically like a bulletin board right like behind my computer, and I've got my goals, I've got my SMART goal right there. It's all set, ready to go. Okay, and it's posted so that I can see it at all times. And then I have a little checklist that I do where I check things off with regards to charting. So that's really, really helpful. Okay, Now, then obviously you're going to immerse yourself in your goal, right? You created this SMART goal for a reason, and now your job is to immerse yourself in your goal. So you're going to you're going to identify 1 to 3 leaders that you want to continue to follow that will enhance your SMART goal and help you move towards what you need to do to hit your SMART goal, okay? You're going to eliminate for now, doesn't mean you have to say goodbye to them forever, but eliminate for now following leaders that are distracting you a little bit, and that's okay. So 1 to 3 leaders that you want to follow, okay? And then it's up to you. You can either just hop on their free trainings, you can like their Facebook pages and just get tips that way. You can invest in a training course or a product if they have one. If you know they're going to be in an event anytime soon, then make sure you get to that event. Whatever you can do, you want to surround yourself with those leaders. As well as check out unroll.me and see if that's something that would work for you in helping you declutter your email. Okay, unsubscribe from non-value. So things that you're not reading, unsubscribe from them. Things that are not giving you value, unsubscribe from them. Okay, and then add all the ones that you're subscribed to that you know you want to read every single day into one unroll. Okay, one unroll email, and then you can actually take a deep breath and realize, oh wow, okay, I have one email to open today. It might have 6 emails in it, but that's okay. All right, because your mind is not going to feel overwhelmed when it sees just one little daily roll up. That's what they're called, okay? Daily roll ups. And then, like I said, invest in trainings, go to events that enhance and better your goal. But stop buying things if they're not going in the same direction that you're going in. Doesn't mean that it's not a good training product, doesn't mean that it's not a great event, but you have to make sure that what you're doing is congruent with what goals you've created for your business, right? Because you're your business owner, so you want to make sure that what you're doing makes sense. So that's it. That's what I want you to do for the next 30 days to actually take action and walk away with something that will help give you some clarity in how to move forward in your business. Okay, so after you create that SMART goal, then figure out what do you need to do in order to make that SMART goal happen, and who can you surround yourself with, who can you follow in order to actually help you move forward. So what we're going to be doing in just a second is I'm going to be opening it up to Q&A, but I just wanted to give you access, since there are some new people here, that we have a YouTube channel, okay? If you want to get more training from us, if you want to visit our blog, we've got lots of good value there, as well as I'm pretty active on our fan page, so it would be a great place to come on over, like it, and get some more updates on kind of what's been going on, what's new with us and our business, if that's something that you feel like would help give you some value, okay? And I would love, if you really like this training, let me and let others know, okay? Just post a comment on my fan page that you see right there, okay? KateMcShay.OnlineLeadershipPro, or tag me if we're friends on Facebook in a post, and let me know what you liked about the training tonight, because I always love feedback and would really appreciate anything that you can share, any takeaways that you had in order to help move your business forward. Okay, so that's getting more training from us if that's something that you're looking into, and obviously if not, then I want you to keep moving forward with your business. So I'm going to open it up to Q&A. I'll leave this on here for right now, okay, so you guys can copy those down if that's something that you want to go over and do. And let's just see. Drop some questions in Q&A. What kind of questions do you guys have from tonight, so that I can help you, clarify anything or anything that you want to do in order to kind of move forward in your business. Just drop them in the questions box, and I would be happy to answer. Because that kind of wraps up about the 45 minutes, a little bit over due to the little glitch that we had in the beginning when my screen wasn't showing. But besides that, let's see. Any questions that you guys have? And if you don't have any questions, then I'm guessing it means that I was very, very clear with what I was giving you guys tonight, and you're all set and ready to go. Another thing you can do, just as a follow-up, is on my fan page, you can always post your SMART goal. So say you do your SMART goal tonight, you can put it on a post, and I will see it, and I'll give you a little bit of feedback and let you know, how you're doing with regards to SMART goals. Okay, cool. Here are a bunch of questions. Okay, so Victor asked, for a newbie, what's one thing you recommend I do daily? So it depends on what kind of business you're in, Victor, but if you're in the business of recruiting people into an affiliate company or selling products, or maybe you're in network marketing and you're trying to recruit people into your business, the best thing that you can do is connect with people, okay? Whether that's expanding your network on Facebook, so basically looking for people who are also involved in a home business and starting to create a relationship with them. That's really great, as well as if you're in need to have success somewhat quickly, doing some offline stuff where you're connecting with people in your community about seeing if they'd be open to doing a side opportunity. Okay, you want to be, as a newbie, you want to be connecting with as many people as possible, as well as learning an online strategy. Okay, you want to maybe start thinking about, Victor, how could you get some information out there about your product, about you, about training, right? That you might be able to become an expert in. That's where you see a lot of leaders do really well, is that they pick a strategy online that they use to get leads for their business, and then they start actually teaching and training on those topics, and that's what starts to give them this mass following. So it could be video marketing, it could be blogging, it could be through Facebook. Okay, you want to think about an online strategy that works for you, as well as expanding your network, connecting with, I would say, at least 5 people a day, whether it's offline or it's, through Facebook, through LinkedIn, anything like that. That's what I would say for you when it comes down to it. So how do we manage our emails other than unrolled at me? So what we decided to do is, after we read through an email, if it's not something that is highly valuable to me, because we keep a lot of emails from other marketers that we know we could possibly potentially utilize as like a format or a blueprint, maybe if we're hosting a webinar or selling a training product or something like that, that we could utilize from a learning perspective. We have different folders. Okay, so we put them in different folders where I would say like potential training emails or good funnel. So a funnel is basically what you take your prospect through to make them a buyer. Good follow-up funnel. So I kind of separate them like that into folders. And then if it's something that has nothing really of value to me and I know I won't be using it, then I delete it. And it's not because I don't appreciate anything that they're doing, but I just delete them because it's not going to be of service to me. And I tend to empty as I go, if that makes sense. Yeah, so like I will delete every day stuff that is not necessarily, helpful to me, or I don't see myself using in the near future. And Katie, that's totally fine. I know you're really really new to this, so that's all right. You're on the right track though. I know you're taking a lot of action right now, which is the first step in learning on what you need to do with regards to online marketing. So just keep staying focused on that, Katie, and you'll just keep moving forward. So I think you're doing fine with where you're at right now. Scott, so MLSP is basically like a training system that helps you learn how to do online marketing and helps you learn how to generate leads for whatever kind of business you want to promote. If you want to know more about it, feel free to shoot me an email, okay? You can just reply to one of the emails that you've gotten from me, and then we can maybe set up a time to chat more about it over the phone. Thanks, Jennifer. Thank you for the compliment, and I'm excited to hear what you do with your SMART goals. Scott, I don't quite know what you mean with live transfer leads. I don't know if that's a way to buy leads. I'd highly recommend that you don't buy leads. Just our personal opinion, and we've gone through it before. We've tested it out a couple of times, and we've found that buying leads, those people are typically either not involved in a business that we're promoting anymore. So if it's like a home business, they're not involved in one anymore. And it may be something that they think negatively on. So we've learned to learn a skill set to actually generate our own leads and target people who are actually interested in what we have to sell. So that's what I would recommend doing, is actually learning a skill set, because buying leads can be expensive and the return on your investment is not very high. Yeah, sure. You know what, Renee? I will go back and show you the specific goal. So let me just escape out of here for 2 seconds. I'll just make that bigger. And where is it? Oops, next one. Someone just wanted to see. Okay, so there's broad versus specific, okay, when you push it all down in there. Yeah, exactly, Jean. So Jean asked the question about kind of how do I use emails? How do we get rid of some of our emails? So you're exactly right. We put them into certain folders and then actually create what are called swipe files for different things. So if it's something that I think I could utilize for a different promotion that I'm doing, or kind of follow that same format, then I actually create what's called a swipe file, where I basically have what's called an email written down, right? And I can just copy it and paste it into my email that I'm going to send out for that day or for that week for a promotional, if I'm promoting a training. Now, obviously, I don't copy word for word what the other marketer did, but I create my own email based around the same kind of guidelines when it comes to that style of email. So then I create swipe files. Yeah, Katie, why don't you just drop a couple of times where you want to chat at some point, maybe towards the end of this week, and we can connect at some point so I can answer any questions that you've got. Okay, cool. Awesome questions tonight, you guys. It sounded like you were really invested in the training, and sounds like there was a lot of good stuff going on. So if you have any other questions, don't hesitate. Reach out to me on my fan page, anything like that. That's a really great spot to just connect with me, to ask any questions throughout the week. I will be sending out the recording hopefully tomorrow, if not on Friday. And make sure that you take action from this training. Don't just utilize it as a training and put it off in the back burner. Create a SMART goal. Make sure the goals that you have right now are SMART, okay? And make sure that you utilize some of those strategies in order to actually declutter bits of your life when it comes to your business. So I thank you so much for coming today, and I will talk to you guys at some point soon. Remember to keep opening those emails for new free trainings that are going to be coming down to you within the next couple of weeks. Take care, everybody.